Hi, today we are going to see a small concept in vectors, resolution of vectors. Before going to this, as we know the basic information, vector means vector is a physical quantity, anything which have magnitude and direction can be called as a vector. Of course, there is one more parameter to decide whether the physical quantity is a vector or not, is a vector law of addition. If it obeys vector law of addition, then only a physical quantity can be said as a vector. Now here we are not going much detail about vector and its properties. Here we are going to see resolution of vectors. Suppose if we have a vector, any vector, like suppose if we have a vector, that vector, how it has effect in other directions. Like we will see resolution of vectors with a basic example. So this we will see generally. So when we are pulling a bag, so usually we will be applying force in this particular direction, right? So in this particular direction we are applying force, but so when we observe the bag moves in this horizontal direction, right? But we are applying force in this particular direction, but the bag is moving horizontally, right? So what is the force applied by us acting along the horizontal component? That is what we want to know. So we are applying force in this particular direction, but the force component is exerting along horizontal to, that is making it to move, right? So that horizontal component of force, how it will be, how we can find that force along its horizontal direction. To know this, we need to know this concept exactly, right? That is a resolution of vectors. In resolution of vectors, we want to know a component of this particular force in this particular direction, right? To do that, so we will generally we will take some example like velocity example or force example. So we will go with that. Suppose we have a vector is there, that is in some particular direction. So like if we have a vector in this particular direction, so if we have a vector like this, now this vector is in particular direction. Now so this I want to resolve into two components. Make sure that we are dealing in two dimensions only, okay? So this resolution of vectors concept, we are dealing in two dimensions only. Now so this vector, if I want to resolve into two components, here I am, from this point I am making two axes, that is our x axis I am making here, and y axis also I am making over here. Right? Now in this, so this is our xy coordinates, xy plane. Now in this, so here we will be seeing, so this is our x axis, so this is our y axis. Now so in this, so if you see, this is our x axis. Wait a minute. So this is our x axis and this is our y axis. This is the origin, so we can take it as xy plane. In this xy plane our vector is there. So this vector, if I consider it as a velocity vector v, okay? So if it is a velocity vector v, so this I am representing with one arrow one. Now same like previous bag example, this vector effect will be there on x axis as well as y axis. So this vector is making an angle theta with the horizontal. Now if it is making an angle theta with the horizontal, so this vector effect along x axis I am taking it as vx. Now this vector effect along y axis I am considering it as vy, right? So vx and vy are two components which are resolved from this vector, okay? Now this vector has resolved into two components. Now these components vx and vy are scalars, okay? So the vector components of a vector are scalars. Now if we want to express this also in vector form, then we have to introduce some unit vectors. So unit vectors along x axis we will consider it as I cap, along y-axis we will consider it as j cap. Okay, so that is about unit vectors concept. Now unit vector means this is a vector whose magnitude is unit, that means 1, and it shows direction along x-axis, that is I cap. So j cap is also same way, its magnitude will be 1 and its direction will be along the y-axis. Now if you want to know what is the component Vx in terms of V, if you want to know, so from basic trigonometry, so we can get it. So that is, so if we have a right angle triangle, like this, now in this, say, so if we go back to our right angle triangle, and in this, so here I am taking this as angle theta. So theta opposite side, this is what our opposite side. Now theta besides whatever is there, that is our adjacent side. Okay. And this is our hypotenuse, right? Now in this, so from this we will be using some basic formulas like sin theta. As we have, sin theta can be written as, so sin theta formula is opposite side by hypotenuse, and one more trigonometric function we will see here, cos theta. So cos theta, if we write, so here cos theta can be written as, one second, adjacent side by hypotenuse. So these formulas I will be using. So one more trigonometric function also we can use over here, it's tan theta. Sin theta by cos theta gives us a tan theta. So that also can be written as formula opposite side by adjacent side. So there that will come further. So first we will complete with this basics. So here Vx is there. Vx is adjacent to this theta. So from based on this, if I apply cos theta for this figure, so we can write it as a cos theta is equals to, we can write it as a, so adjacent is our Vx, and our hypotenuse is our vector V. So I am writing in terms of V only, not in the form of scalar. So now further if we write, if we wanted to write for Vx is equals to, we can write it as V cos theta. Same way if we go with this vertical component, so theta opposite side will come here, but so there is no component here, but this opposite side exactly parallel is this. So further, so instead of this opposite side, this parallel component I am considering. Okay, so in that way if we write a sin theta formula, so sin theta is equals to, as we have opposite side by hypotenuse, so opposite parallel is our Vy, so I am writing here Vy by V, so opposite side by hypotenuse. Now from here if we write an expression for Vy, so we can write it as V sin theta. Okay, so now we got this vector, we resolved into two components in its scalar form, Vx and Vy. So Vx can be written as V cos theta and Vy can be written as V sin theta. Anything, not only here V, we have F, so we can write it as Fx cos theta and Fy sin theta. In terms of its horizontal and vertical we can write it. Now here based on these two we can write one more. So if we square both of them, Vx square plus Vy square if we do, so what happens here, V cos theta whole square, V cos theta whole square plus V sin theta whole square, right? So here if we simplify this, V square can be taken out common and we can write cos square theta plus sin square theta. Now in this, so we have v square, but sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1, so anyhow v square into 1 it becomes v square. So finally we are ending up with a relation vx square plus vy square is equals to v square v got. Okay. So this function, this relation can be used in problematic part now. And further, so here if we want to simply write this component in scalar form, so we can write it as vx into I cap we can write. So in that sense, so our v bar, v in vector form, that means magnitude and direction both it has. So that if we want to write in terms of its components form, we can write it as vx I cap plus vy j cap we can write. Okay. So this is a vector we are writing in terms of its resolved components. Now if we want to find this angle, so that also can be done. So that if we want to write a, wait a one second, so that can be done in this following way. See, so that can be written as we can write in terms of tan. So tan theta, if we write it, tan theta is generally opposite side by adjacent side. So tan theta gives that angle, that is tan theta is equals to, we can write it as our opposite side. Opposite side is nothing but our vertical component and adjacent side is nothing but our horizontal component. So by using this, theta is equals to can be written as tan inverse of vy by vx we can write it. Okay. So this is how we get a angle and the resolved components. This is how we resolve vectors into two components. Here we can write some more relations based on this. Suppose if we have a vector and if we want to resolve that vector into three-dimensionally, that means if it has three components, means if we want to resolve it into three components, then simply we can write in the following way. See here. Here if we have a vector, suppose a vector is there, and that vector if you want to resolve into three components, if suppose a vector is there a bar, so if we want to resolve it into two components, we can write it as ax is its magnitude and so vector can be written in terms of its two-dimensional as ax I cap plus ay j cap. So this already we have seen in terms of v. Now I am taking the same a vector. If I want to resolve it into three components, so we can write it as ax I cap and ay j cap. Next third component we will write in a similar way az into k cap. Okay. So here I, j, k are unit vectors along x, y and z axis. So whose magnitude is 1 and direction will be along x, y and z axis. Now, so if we have angles, suppose alpha, beta, gamma. If alpha, beta, gamma, these are angles made by the vector A with respect to x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Previously we have seen v bar is making an angle theta with x-axis. Same way, if a bar is making an angle with x-axis is alpha and y-axis is beta and z-axis is gamma, then so cos alpha, already we have written previously cos alpha, here if we write, so cos alpha can be written as, previously we have written adjacent component, we have written it as vx. Here our adjacent component is ax by magnitude of a. Ax by a we have written there, here I am writing it as magnitude of ax by magnitude of a. Same way, if we write a cos beta, we can write a y by magnitude of a bar. Same way, if we write cos gamma, we can write it as a z by magnitude of a bar vector. Okay. So this is how we get cos, sorry, here we have to write cos alpha, not theta. Previously we have taken theta, here it should be, as we have considered as alpha. So we have to consider it as cos alpha. So we have got in terms of cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. So based on this we can write a relation for this. So that is cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equals to, we can write. So this relation is valid for these angles, and we can write one more relation also. So that is in terms of sine, if you write sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma, which is equal to 2 here we get. Okay. So these relations are useful in case of solving problems, and we will be using them in as suppose a bar vector is the its magnitude, only its magnitude if you want to write. So a bar vector we resolve into two components. So in terms of those two components, we will write square root of ax square plus ay square. We'll write. If we want to write for three components one, we will be writing a z square also. Here we are squaring and adding its components. Okay. So when we are doing this, so we have to look for these signs also. Suppose if ax is positive, so directly we will write ax. Suppose ax term is minus 2 if it is there, suppose in example. So that minus 2 square we have to take, not 2 square. Okay. So that minus also should be considered over here, right? So that this is important in case of solving the problems. Okay. So thank you.